Just do it. Rebecca comes over to sit with her best friend Jaime. She has some exciting news. Hey, Jaime, look. Rebecca calls excitedly, pointing over to the group of people across the gym. Huh, Jaime responds. Jaime, look over at the basketball team. Do you see him? Who? The new basketball player, Kevin Durant. Do you see him? Becca, don't start to, Jaime began. Jaime, you have to help me talk to him. She begged. No, Rebecca, I will not. If you want to talk to him that bad, then pick up your feet and go. But Jaime, it's not that simple. Look, you do this almost every week. Just do it. Talk to him, but no buts. Make like a racer and go. Rebecca proceeds to walk across the gymnasium to where the basketball team was. She bumps into a tall player. Oh, sorry, Rebecca begins to say while slowly backing up. No problem, what's your name? I'm Rebecca, but my friends call me Becca. And you are? Corinne, the girl replied. Nice to meet you. So, when did you join the team? Becca asked. About a week ago, Corinne replied. Huh, did you join with Kevin? Becca responded, trying not to sound too excited. Who's Kevin? Corinne wondered. The new basketball player who's supposed to be very good at shots. My gosh, Corinne put her head in her hands. What? Corinne, Kevin, someone must have gotten the name wrong. Oh, well, I feel awkward. Sorry, don't be. It's no big deal. They stand there in silence for a moment. Corinne, huh, do you want to have lunch with us? Yeah, you must not have many plans today, huh? Well, actually, I don't have any friends here yet. No, what, you've already made one. They walk back over to where Jaime was talking with the rest of Rebecca's friends, Amaya, Dakota, and Renee. Hey girls, Rebecca calls. Hey Becca, they say in unison. Meet my friend, Corinne. Hey, Corinne, they responded. Corinne blushed and sat down. You've got tons of friends now, Becca said happily as she put an arm around Corinne. From that day forward, Corinne had tons of friends. And the number kept growing. Rebecca and her friends knew almost every one of the 600 kids that they went to school with. 2 years later, Corinne is sitting on the bleachers chatting with Rebecca and Dakota when she sees a girl sitting at the top of the bleachers all by herself. She walks away from her friends and climbs the steps to the top. Hey, Corinne said as she sat down next to her. Hi, the girl replied quietly, mustering up her courage and remembering Becca's act of kindness the year before. Corinne tried to talk to the girl. My name's Corinne, she said, holding out her hand. Samantha, the girl smiled, shaking her hand. I remember when I had just gotten to this school, Corinne began. Just at that moment, Becca looked up to see Corinne with Samantha. She smiled, knowing that Corinne was passing on her kindness to someone else. Then she recalled when she had first started out at that school 3 years ago. Hi, Jaime had said. She rubbed her neck. Hi, Rebecca looked up at Jaime. Do you want to sit together at lunch? Jaime asked. Sure, Rebecca smiled at her. Jaime reached out her hand and pulled her up. From then on, Rebecca and Jaime had made it their mission at Florentine High School to make sure every lonely student has a friend. Jaime had come up to her and had been kind to her. Her kindness had helped Rebecca to feel at home in her new school. Kindness spreads, she thought, smiling. Just then Samantha and Corinne came up to Becca and Dakota. Hey girls. Corinne waved at them. Hey Corinne, Rebecca and Dakota called in unison. This, Corinne said, gesturing towards Samantha, is Samantha. She playfully waved her arms around to model the figure. Samantha played along and pretended to strike some poses while Corinne took shots with an imaginary camera. Sign my forehead, Dakota shouted. Can I get a selfie? Becca called, holding up her phone. The girls all crowded around and made silly poses as Becca took the shot. On their way to the cafeteria, the girls met up with Jaime, Amaya, and Renee. There was also another girl that Renee had befriended named Zoe. They proceeded on their walk because the cafeteria was on the other side of the school. A crowd was gathered up outside the science teacher's room. Samantha asked one girl what was going on. Another girl said that 2 boys were beating up a kid. Like a lightbulb in her head, Samantha ran into the crowd and jumped in front of the poor kid. Stop.
Edo,